Hello, good day, Frank. How are you doing? I hope you are doing very well. How is work? Great. So let's get started. So we are going to talk about Python lessons, and today we'll talk only about strings. We've learned that with strings, it can be either in a single quote or a double quote. So for example, when I want to assign the name, let's say fruits, and I want to assign it to, let's say, mango. I want to also assign car. By the way, the car, I'll use a single quote, and I'll assign it to Toyota. This one is trying to show us that a string can either be in a single inverted comma or quotation mark, or a double inverted comma or double quotation mark. So let's print it. So when you print, this is what we are going to get. So let me copy this and print again. This time, let's make it fruits. And you see that this one too will be printed. So in Python, either a single quote or a double quote can be printed. In case in Python, we have something known as the white spacing. When you type something, no matter how you do, it will be on the same line. And we have a way of solving that problem. So as, for example, I want to write an essay. So let me name it this essay. And I'll start with, let's say, myself. I am Ampofo. I want to go to the next line. When you want to go to the next line, this is what will happen. I am 8 years old. I like color blue. So this is how it will happen. When we print, still it will be on the same horizontal line because of the white spacing. So let's print the variable essay and let's run. You see, it's on the same line. To solve this problem is very, very easy to solve. All that we got to do is to put it in 3 quotation marks, being it single or double. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3. And this one to end with 3 of the quotation marks. So that's how we do it. Now let's run. You can see that now they are on multiple lines. Now they are on multiple lines. So that's how the quotation marks works. That's how it works. It can be single or it can be double. We can check the position of a string easily. So for example, I want to check the position of letter N. If you remember, we learned about the indexing. We learned that with the indexing, we start from letters number 0. So for you to understand, let's do something. So when you want to do or really know, so I'll start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So starting from letter 0, instead of mango to be 5 letters, because of the 0 indexing in Python, mango, the O will be 4. So let me ask you, what will be the position of A in Toyota? Okay, let's do it. To do that, All that you have to do is to bring your square brackets. So the Toyota. So with the Toyota, the A will be what? So let's do zero. T will be 0. O will be 1. Y will be 2. O will be 3. T will be 4. A will be 5. So let's see whether we are correct. So let's print and see whether what we are doing will be correct. So we try to print, but it says there is an unexpected error because of this one. So let's print it now, and it's being printed A. So that's how we do. We can also check the length of the string. We know that when checking the length of the string, there is no indexing in it. All that you have to do is use the keyword len. It's also known as the function. So we'll just do len, and that's the key word. So we can see that the length of the Toyota is 6. That's the function. That's a len function. So if you want to check the len function, we use len. If you want to check the length of the function, we use len, and it's very easy to do. So let's use this comments so that when you are learning, it will be easy for you to do. Okay. The next one I want to talk to you about. Now we know the single double quotes. The next one we are talking about is the slicing. We'll be talking about the slicing. Now you know how to check the position of a string. So when you talk about the slicing, it's used to determine the range of the characters by the slicing in the centers. Note, always the letter beginning and the letter that is ending is separated by a column. But we always count the letter that's beginning, but we don't count the last letter. It's not added. That's the syntax. Syntax are rules. So let's do something. Although this we've talked about, but I want us to talk about it again. So I want us to do the length, or we are going to do slicing. Slice from the start. Can slice from the start. So let's do. Or we are going to do, let's do slicing. Let's do slicing. So I want to slice a character. And let's see, this is our character, that's car. So B, then I bring the position. I bring the position of the car, sorry, car. I want to slice from Toyo. I want to slice from To to Yo, like I want it to be Toyo. So without a tap. So looking at the position, so it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Why? Because for that to come, we need to include the last number. So let me do 0, then I'll bring the column. 4, because 0, 1, 2, 3, and a 4. so that as I said, the ending one is not included. So let's print. So you can see the one that is ending is not included. So that's how we check, and that's how we slice a string. You can slice from the start. When it says to slice from the start, it means that you are not going to add the character, or you are not going to add any character that's beginning. So let's say when I slice from the start and I just do 0 to 4, we assume that it's 0. We assume that it's 0. You can slice, you can slice to the end. With that one, all that you do is to bring. So you see with this, it's being printed. Let's say if I slice from 1, let's see what will happen. So when you slice, that's what is going to happen. Okay. You can also do negative indexing. With a negative indexing, it begins from a negative number. Always with a negative indexing, it begins from a -1 and we count it from the back. So for you to get it correct, let's see, if you do it this way, -1, -5. Let's see what will happen, whether it will be true. No, nothing is printed. So to solve this, you just have to interchange -5 and a 1. And it will be able to do it. We learned that always the last letter is not included. So that's why you can see that the last letter is not being included. So that is slicing in Python. That's slicing in Python. The next one we'll be talking about is Python methods. Python methods, or the string methods. We have so many methods under strings in which we are going to talk about. We have the upper. What the upper does is that it changes the string. If they are in lowercase to uppercase, the lower does same. It changes them to the lowercase. The slice remove any white space, but I'll not talk about it. We also have replace. It replace certain characters. We have capitalize only the first letter. We have find. So these are some of the methods in strings. To do that, I'll do the first one, and the remaining ones, you do it yourself. I'll do upper. To do this is quite simple. So you want to change the characters, the mango, or the car to uppercase. What that I'll do is the name of the variable dot upper. Then you close it. You close your brackets. So let's print. Let's try capitalize. Let's capitalize it and see. And let's run and see what happens. There's a lot of them. Maybe you want to replace a character in what you are doing. So I want to replace the Toyota or the Y in Toyota to S. All that I have to do is to bring replace. Then inside the brackets, Which one do you want to replace? I want to replace y, and since it's a string, don't forget to put it in inverted commas. Let's say I want to replace y, then I'll bring my inverted commas. Then what I want to replace with, I'll bring, so let's say s. So let's now run. You see that is being printed. Is being printed. So I got the spelling of replace wrong. That's why we have an error. So let's record it. Let's see. So I've recorded it. Now you see it as going to change to Tosoka. So that's a string. That's how, these are some of the methods under it. Apart from that, we have string concatenation. This is the one that we've been doing. We've been doing string concatenation. And you've been asking me, oh, what's up? What's string concatenation? With string concatenation, all that you have to do is to combine two strings. I use the two operators in which you were doing when you were doing the variables. So for example, let's say I want to add Toyota to Mango. I want to add Toyota to Mango. All that I'll do is the name of the variable. I'll just put them in inverted commas. Or the name of the variable. So car plus fruits. So you can see it's being written to Toyota Mango. But we don't want it that way. To solve that problem, you can bring two inverted commas. So note, the variables are not strings, so they are as they are. So let's find out. You can see they are being printed very, very well. So we'll end here. We will be ending here, and we'll continue next time. Bye bye.